Al Gore, for some strange reason, wants to know what drives climate. I got an old dictionary. It's probably still accurate. The word nebula is described as a cloud-like patch seen in the night sky. A patch of gaseous matter illuminated by groups of stars, which you can't see with the naked eye, but with a telescope you can see that this patch of gas is illuminated by groups of stars. So really what it is a patch of gas made visible by stars in that patch, of gaseous matter. Star dust is not really dust, it's gas, same as what we have in our atmosphere, and it's composed of similar elements. It's a misnomer to call it stardust, but we call it stardust because that's what it's been called for a few years, just as galactic cosmic rays are not rays at all. They're speeding particles. It's radiation. Radiation. Understanding changes with new information, and sometimes the old words are stuck on there. Stardust is not dust, it's gas. But this gas tends to concentrate in the bands or the arms of the spiraling galaxy, just as the stars do. But of course, these stars are in orbit, or they would crash together. And the reason why I originally suspected that stars orbit one another is because the nearest group of stars, collectively called Alpha Centauri, are gravitationally associated. Ooh, gravitationally associated. That means they orbit one another. And if they orbit one another, they move. And if stars move among nebula, they pass in and out of greater or lesser concentrations of gas. Gas which undoubtedly deflects these cosmic particles that emanate from nova. People debate what drives climate. This climate debate was not exactly based on science and based on scientific curiosity. It was political. And politically motivated people tried to generate some science to back up their agenda. So we started looking into this carefully for the first time. We knew some things about the climate in the past. Recently, just 12,000 years ago, the glaciers were frozen pretty good. Sea levels were a couple hundred feet lower than they are now. Climate was much cooler. But going back several million years, I think it was 34 million years ago, alligators were living pretty near the North Pole, showing that way up around northern Greenland was a tropical climate like South Florida. That's a huge swing in climate. And we're obsessing that we shouldn't drill for oil in the Gulf of Mexico, and we shouldn't drill for oil in Alaska, and we must generate electricity with solar panels made in China. We got to start saving used cooking oil and convert it into gasoline. We got to grow corn and convert it into gasoline. Not only is this a political agenda, it's a very confused and stupid agenda. Unless you're one of them, unless you see that you can get money, 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 and political power, power, power with that money. It's political ambition driving the so-called science, which is really junk science. Here's Hudson Bay, Greenland, Alaska. Axel Heiberg Island is right here.